First, when it comes to Daniel Hudson, it's been, what, a year since he's been in the same situation like that. What did it mean just to kind of see him not only get out there, he had some traffic kind of baseball situation, but more importantly to get out there?
It was huge. Certainly some of it self-induced, but just to kind of see the compete there, you bet on a guy that's been there, and he made pitches when he needed to, and you know, you can't simulate that adrenaline. It's just good to have him back to stabilize us and pick us up huge when we needed him.
I know you can't put too much expectations on a guy like that who's obviously coming off major surgery, but how much does he kind of bolster this bullpen if he gets going, if he's sort of this belated guy for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, it certainly adds another leverage guy who's got a track record, and there's no soft landing. I think that where the guys are at, you got to use the guys that you have, and to be able to fall back on a guy like that and put him in a spot and trust him, you know, certainly comforting. Those guys took some great at-bats in that ninth inning, and so they didn't chase until that last hitter, and he had to continue to make good pitches, and this is the most he's thrown, you know, as far as pitches in an inning in over a year, so there's a lot of stress.
So you go 3 days in a row for Phillips last night, 3 days in a row today for Ferguson to use Hudson in that spot. How was that sort of just about where your bullpen's kind of at?
Yeah, I mean, it's we're kind of in it right now, and so I wouldn't say we're limping to the break, you know, with the pen, but we've got 3 games left. Expectation is to win 3, and we're going to be short tomorrow, but we'll figure out a way to piece it together. We need a good one from Julio, and you know, find a way to win a ball game.
And start off that great for long, but how big was it to get into 5 and 2 periods?
It was great. It was great. I thought you know, early gave us some runs, but kind of reset, allowed himself to go deeper in the game, get into the 6th inning, and for me, he just started losing some command, and got Bickford to get us out of that inning, which was huge. But yeah, to be able to shorten the game a little bit, I just don't know where we'd have been if he couldn't have gotten into the 6th inning.
And then another 6 months for your offense. How overall the first half, how impressive has that kind of sounded?
It's been really impressive. I think that if you look at our lineup, it has been very top heavy. But of late, the guys 6 through 9, namely David and Jason, have really picked us up. And the last few games, James has hung that well, and I think Rojas is starting to come to life too. So those have been big to kind of add that length as we talked about in our lineup.
Is there anything that you've noticed that's different about David the last couple of months? Because it seems like, especially after April, he's really kind of caught fire.
I think it's just more of the confidence. You know, even a veteran player who's had success, when balls aren't falling and you see a 1 handle on your average, you start to get flustered. But then, to his credit, he continued to work, persevere, and found some outfield grass. And now I think you're starting to see when he gets into good counts, he's taking more chances out front, and tonight he did that and hit a homer. But the bat to ball's great, quality of bat great.
What have you seen from Ryan Brazier when he came into that big spot? Got to get out of that.
There's just no panic. I think Brian pitched a good bit in Boston, and so I think that when you're in that kind of environment, you can pitch anywhere, and he showed that. We used him a lot, and for him to come in there, bases loaded, nobody out, that would have been a game. And so you don't see too many times in a game where it's bases loaded, nobody out, and you come away unscathed.
How's your blood pressure? I've had a lot of these.
We've had a lot of those. I'm hanging in there. Guys are fighting, and feel a lot better than I did last night.
Dave, you mentioned you guys are 80, and we're not going through it. How difficult is balancing that with, you know, Bob was a young kid, you know, 8-star and throwing over 100 pitches. How difficult is balancing that between, you know, making sure he's going to go and the rest of the year?
Yeah, it is a balance. It's not an exact science. I think for me is health is paramount for all of our pitchers. A young pitcher like Bobby who, you know, in the present, going forward, you're going to be counting on. And so I'm very mindful of not putting him in harm's way and just making sure that the delivery is staying intact, just so there's not any potential harm. So yeah, with a young guy, you just can't kind of let him go and throw 120 pitches, and because he's never done it, especially at the big league level where there's so much stress in the games. Every pitch is important. But like Juan asked, just to get him to the 6th inning, and I think that his All-Star break has started, so he'll be reset and ready to go and finish out the year for us.
Another 7 walks at the plate tonight. What can you say about like the discipline of this lineup?
It's been great. It's been great. It's not only the slug, and JD hit a homer tonight, but Max taking a walk. There were some hit batsmen in there, and for us to kind of grind guys. James took a nice walk, and those are taxing, and especially when you got a 4-game series against a team that their bullpen, they're in it too. And so now tomorrow, if we can get to that starter and get to their bullpen early, then it should bode well, and that comes with seeing pitches and running pitch counts out.
Has Graterol been available last year?
He's been unavailable. He's been unavailable. It's not feeling well. So yeah. So hopefully tomorrow we'll see if he's available. If not, we're going to have to make a decision.
More sick than anything physical?
No, it's his arm. So he just his arm doesn't feel good.
Does he have to do tests or?
We're gonna kind of where we're at. We're gonna see if he can pitch tomorrow. And if not, then we'll have to make a decision.
Dave, aside from just not letting the younger guys stay in there too long, are there other ways in which your approach as a manager sort of changes when you've got some of these rookies on the mound?
I think it's just more of trying to instill confidence in these guys. A guy like Clayton, Julio, Walker, whoever, guys have been around. We don't need to do that. But with young guys, I think that the confidence is easily shaken. They're facing hitters they've never faced before. Everything's more magnified. So I think for me, it's just kind of trying to instill confidence and trying to take a little bit of the added pressure of a starter off of that.
Quickly before you go, did you see Bobby just, I guess, after that, the 3-run homer, did you see him kind of tap into that and not get too frustrated and find a way to bounce back?
I did. I thought, a couple starts ago, I think he would have kind of sped up on him, and he's who tried to bully guys with the fastball, but I thought he did a nice job of kind of managing the emotions and continuing the pitches. Thanks, guys.